Hey, what's up, folks? Facebook family. We're going to have a good show tonight. Got some good stuff we want to talk about tonight. So stay locked and loaded. And then all my folks, if you got something to say, what I'd like you to do is call in or put anything on the Facebook. I'll be able to respond to it, and we go from there. Let me know when you're ready, Mike.
Okay, I'm getting ready to put you on now. You should be able to hear the music in a minute.
Okay.
Demetrious Johnson, banging out the box Monday through Wednesday. Big fella about to take off, so please clear the runway. Demetrious Johnson, Jeff Hurricane Rainford's the co-pilot. The big fella hits hard and refused to stay silent. Demetrious Johnson, with JC the coach leading the team. 910 Superstation, the heat's what we bring. Demetrious Johnson, Detroit combo with the footballs to do it. Sports, politics, education, the streets, and music. Demetrious Johnson. He brings the news and he's always on point about the Lions, Pistons, Red Wings, and the city Detroit. Demetrious Johnson. He do it for the kids. DJ going live, sports with Big Mike, repping that Spartan pride. Demetrious Johnson. Gospel angel got that spiritual sword, and for them big time players, we got awards from George. Demetrious Johnson. Keeping 100 with the big fella, just like me. The truth's what he tell you. Demetrious Johnson. Looking out for the community and the kids. It's the big fella, man. You know who he is. Demetrious Johnson. Hey Detroit, so hot. Demetrious Johnson. Detroit, you're now in tune with the sound of Mark Lang, and the show starts now. Hey Detroit, hey Detroit.
Good evening. Welcome to the Demetrious Johnson Show with the big fella, along with my man, the coach, and the reporter. What's up, JC? How you doing, Coach?
What's up, man? What's going on, man? How you doing, D?
I'm doing pretty good. What's up, reporter? What's up, Ken?
What's up with your big fella? We got one more cool days, man. If we can get it up out of here, if we can get out of 2020, man, we got a shot at some really magical things, but we got to get out of 2020 first. We ain't done yet.
Yeah, man, it's going to be very difficult, man. I mean, what's going on in 2020 is off the charts, y'all. I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait for a few days to get this thing over.
Has there ever been a year that people were looking forward to it being over than 2020?
It may have been before I was living, but since I was living, I can't remember one this bad. I mean, it's really bad, folks. I mean, it's off the charts bad, and the thing that makes it really difficult is all of this virus. And it was a young lady. I don't know if you guys saw this viral video. It was a young lady talking about. She said she was I think a nurse in Nashville. Talked about how that taking that shot that you've been talking about, how it's given her Bell palsy, and I've heard other people have been getting Bell palsy from that, and that's a paralyzing of one side of your face where you don't have any movement in it. So I don't know, man. Guys, and I saw something someone sent me today that was showing a lot of stuff about things that happened in the past. I mean, with our pharmaceutical companies, let me just make this clear. The pharmaceutical companies just want to make money. That's it. That's all they want to do is make money, and that's what they're going to do, is make money. So, I mean, give me your thought, Coach.
Well, obviously, I cannot disagree with you on that part, DJ. Medicines, that's the business that they are in, you know what I mean, to make money. You know what I mean? This pandemic has been very difficult, man, from the deaf in our communities, from the sickness in our communities, from people struggling financially and mentally. It's been something that I never thought that I would see in my lifetime. You know what I mean? And so they say if you live long enough, you'll see a lot of things. And so it has been very difficult, man.
What's your thought, Ken?
Well, it makes me think about a time when I was a young, innocent child, and how I'd have to go to the thrifty drugstore to get my mother all these various medications that she would want over the counter, whether it was Dawn, pills for a back, BC powder, and all this other stuff. And I have this thought as a kid that resonates with me as I continue to get older. If one pill or one anything was a cure, then how can these pharmaceutical companies stay in business? And DJ, you just made me think about it. This is all about money, and the guinea pigs, they just change colors and ages as they go along. There's no question about it. It's all about that mighty dollar, man.
Well, I can tell you this, man. I get kind of disappointed when we go through that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we go through this almighty dollar, and everybody want to talk about how safe it is. I don't think this vaccine is safe. I really don't, man, because it just so many things that's happening. And then, I mean, that lady, we're going to track that lady down, the nurse in Nashville. I'm going to track her down, guarantee you. We're going to have a conversation with her because she was on, she was all over Facebook talking about how this vaccine 3 days later gave her Bell palsy. And that's the fourth person I heard that got Bell palsy. Like I said, and that's not the real tech name, that's the short version of it. But what it is it paralyzes the side of your face. You know what I'm saying? And it can happen, and they said it's happened with this virus. So I'm concerned, guys. I really am concerned about what they're saying. You know, because if it wasn't the case, why right now, you know, you're having all these people to sit up there and say that? You know, so, hey, man, I'm scared, y'all. I'm telling you, I just don't think, unless these companies, okay, let me say this. Unless these pharmaceutical companies have put a lot of money in advance, knowing that something is going down, it is no way in the world you can tell me the technology was that fast and that pure and that potent that it's going to change and give everybody the right cure that quick. It's just hard for me to believe that.
Well, I'll just say that taking the vaccine is probably safer than driving while black. And I'll take my chances with the vaccine over driving while black.
All right. Hey, well, let's do this, man. Let me change up real quick and bring a guest on, man. I'm telling you, I had an opportunity to meet this young lady today, and you're talking about just a powerful situation. Well, I'm gonna bring her in, and we're gonna talk about. And this is a very important conversation that we need to have. When you talk about real conversation, this is what we need to have. Let me bring in my girl, Julie Walton. She's with Mid-America Transplant. Julie, good evening. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Well, Julie, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Sure. So I work for Mid-America Transplant in St. Louis. We're one of 58 federally designated organ procurement organizations, or OPOs. Each one covers a certain geographic area. We have St. Louis, Eastern Illinois, Southern Missouri, tip of Arkansas. Your area OPO up there is Gift of Life, Michigan. I've been with Mid-America for 17 years and done a variety of things. Currently, I'm privileged to work with our recipient programs, stewarding the gifts of donation that those heroes have given by working with transplant recipients.
Hey, Julie, are you speaking on your speakerphone or are you on your phone? Because I'm getting a little feedback on it.
I'm on my speakerphone. Is that not working?
Yeah, no, it's not, because I'm hearing a lot of noise in the background. There you go.
Is that better?
There you go. Now you got me.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Oh, so when we talk about organ transplants and donors.
Are you there? Sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Julie? We didn't lose it, did we?
I still got her.
Okay. Hey, Julie, you there? I have no idea. Well, let's do this. Once you let's put her on hold and try to have her possibly to call back in, Mike. Let's do that.
Okay.
Because we having some difficulties with it. All right, so guys, I had an opportunity to go to.
Are you there, DJ?
Oh, there you go. You there, Julie? Hello. Yeah, we can't get it. Yeah, Mike, why don't you just try to get that read?
Yep, I got her.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Julie.
Julie, can you hear us?
How's
Yep,
that,
Julie, if
DJ?
you're there, go ahead for me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Hey, Mike, let's just put her on hold and let's just come
Nope,
back.
I got her. Go ahead.
Can she hear me? Julie, can you hear me?
Hello there. Hi there. I'm so sorry about that.
Okay, you're good, right? You can hear me now, right?
Yep, I'm good. I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, great. So let's talk about when you talk about transplant. I mean, the thing that struck me today, folks, is this: that we have a large number of African American who have a lot of, I guess, conditions that are very vital to their lives, and high blood pressure, hypertension, kidney failure, and things like that. And
Yes.
then we need folks to donate organs if you're going to. If you pass, let's talk about this, Julie. Why is that important? I mean, talk about the importance of what you guys do and what's the big need.
Well, certainly. So just a few statistics. In 2019, nationally, almost 40,000 organs were transplanted, but still 17 people die waiting for a life-saving transplant every day. Nationally, there are 108,000 people waiting, and one is added every 9 minutes to that transplant waiting list. More than half of those are kidney transplants, people waiting for kidneys. That is the most commonly transplanted organ. And unfortunately, the waiting list for kidney is an average of 3 to 5 years. Not that everybody waits that long, but some people do, and some people wait even longer. So as you can imagine, these folks, you want to get sick so that you can get transplanted, but not too sick that you can't get transplanted. Imagine hoping that you're sick enough to get transplanted. It's just really sad, and only out of 1,000 people, only 3 will die in a manner that would allow them to be an organ transplant donor.
Wow.
So there just aren't enough people saying yes to donation, right? While one organ donor can save up to 8 lives and make a difference in lives of over 75 people through tissue donation, for organs, that is still not enough. People are dying every day waiting for a life-saving transplant.
Julie, why do you think that's that people don't want to sign like on a driver's license or sign to say they want to be an organ donor if they pass away? Why do you think that's a problem? And talk about the shortage in the African American community too.
Sure. So, one of the things, people just don't think about it. Nobody wants to think about what they're going to die. So maybe when they go to the driver's license, bureau to get their driver's license, they don't say yes to donation there because they're young. That's never going to happen. Or, they just don't want to have that conversation with their parent or brother and sister. So maybe they do want to be a donor, but nobody knows that. There are also a lot of myths in the community. That if you have the donor's designation on a driver's license, they're going to let you die so that they can have your organs. Or that they're going to sell your organs if they know that you can be a donor. And that is so far from the truth because organ donation doesn't even come up until that person can no longer be saved and the family is ready to have that conversation. And at that time, that's when the process begins. But we don't even talk to you until it is time to have that conversation. And, of course, in the African American and other ethnic communities, there's a lot of distrust of the medical profession. I heard you talking about the vaccines. That's just one example. There's a lot of mistrust, and maybe rightly so. And so part of what we're trying to do is to help dispel some of that mistrust. And by far, African Americans utilize kidneys at a higher rate, but they also consent to donation at a lower rate.
Oh, wow.
So it's really just this paradox we have that we're trying to help fix. You know, our goal is that no one ever has to wait for an organ. That if you need an organ, you're going to get one. Are we ever going to get there? We don't know, but we can certainly try every day.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to come back to you in the near future, and we're going to just take time out and just really dissect what that means and how that affects the community, how it can save lives. So, you know, we're running out of time now, but I want to do that so we can have a great conversation and make our community and make all communities at ease about being an organ donor.
Okay, and if you know you want to be a donor, go to registerme.org and say yes to donation, and make sure your family knows that. And then say yes when you go to your driver's license to get that renewed.
Julie Walton, if anybody want to email you and ask you a question, how can they do that?
They can email me at jwalton, JWALTON, at midamericatransplant.org, or you can reach out to your area's OPO at giftoflifemichigan.org, and they can help answer questions for you locally.
Julie, it's always good talking to you, and I look forward to talking to you in the future.
Thank you.
All right.
No, great. I look forward to talking to you also. Have a great evening. Stay warm.
Yes, ma'am. You do the same. That's my girl, Julie Walton, man, with Mid-America Transplant. The big fella will be right back.
Okay, DJ, you got one caller on the line.
Yeah, Taylor should be calling in a minute.
Okay, you got Rick from Detroit on the line, too. He was just calling in.
Okay. When I come back, I'll take...
Nine 10 a.m. Okay, Taylor, hold on for me. We're going to get you going in a few moments, okay? You're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to tell her we're going to take Rick first, and then... Folks, we're gonna have a good show, boy. I mean, we got some things we're gonna be talking about. I got to get your opinion, and you could send it to me, text it to me. You can send it on the Facebook, and then I will respond to it as much as I possibly can. All right, I will do that. Welcome back to the Demetrious Johnson Show, the big fella, the coach, and the reporter. Holla at your boys. We're going to get the number out shortly so you can get some calls in here. We want you to talk to me tonight, man. Before we go to our girl Taylor to get our take, let me go to Rick, the caller, real quick. What's up, Rick?
Oh, everything is good, man. You know, I was sitting here, and as I was listening to her, you know, talk about that, the kidneys and such. And one of the issues when you're poor and black is that post-surgery recovery piece. I think they need to explain a little bit more about, you know, how that part there can work real good. I've known a couple of people who have did that, and that was the drawbacks that they indicated. And so, you know, and the idea that we have been abused so much in this country and so much deals with money. Yeah, I mean, you'd almost have to close the potential organ receiver gap a little bit, probably for most black people to feel more comfortable, because the general thinking is that he who can pay has his way. And, you know, it's probably some chicanery involved in who gets what, when, and how. And I'm just saying, maybe, more exposure of the actual statistics, the actual transfers may convince some people like me, who would tend to be, both aware of the need and at the same time enormously skeptical on many fronts.
Hey, man, that was you made some very astute points there, man. And that was very, very thoughtful. So what we're going to do, hey, man, in the next week or so, I'm going to have Julie on, and we're going to take calls and talk about the concerns, why black folks have some concerns about being organ donors. So we want to do that. Hey, Rick, hey, man, it's always good to talk to you.
I'll bring some actual claims, DJ,
okay,
from people, a couple of older people, about the post-surgery recovery services.
Yeah, I would love to do
and
that.
Things like that. And make3.com, man. Have a good night.
Okay, my man. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate the call, man. All right, let me key this thing up. Let me do something for my girl Taylor before we introduce her. Let's go, Big Mike. Let's roll with it.
The Demetrious Johnson Show presents What's Your Take with Taylor. Each week, Taylor provides a take on a compelling and thought-provoking topic. Her takes are captivating, engaging, and she's always opinionated. We want to know your take. Chime in and let us know. It's What's Your Take with Taylor on The Demetrious Johnson Show.
I got a story to tell.
What's up, Taylor? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. We ready for this take? I know you're going to probably come up with something.
All right, so we got two topics today. The first one is in regards to a woman named Gwyneth Lee.
Hold on. Before you go there, let me make sure. Okay. JC, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Ken, you ready? Is Ken there or what? Did we lose Ken or something?
No, he's still connected.
Or is he asleep? I have no idea. Well, we assume Ken is there. All right, let's go, Taylor. What you got?
All right, so Gwyneth has made headlines recently after an interview resurfaced where she shared her experiences as being a serial mistress, sleeping with over 100 men. Gwyneth claims that she has saved marriages through her services. She does have a few stipulations for her partners. Now, these are men across the world. She does this worldwide. Some of the stipulations include that the men must not be considering separation from their wife, they must not want to divorce their wife, and they must be only looking to have an affair and nothing serious. The types of men that she partners with are those who are in sexless marriages. Their wives are either handicapped or disabled. And there are some where their wives consent to the affair and have an agreed-upon budget for it. But she alleges that there's been success stories from her affairs. She says that some of the men have claimed that it takes the stress out of their marriages, which has made their home life more relaxed and enjoyable. And it also releases pressure off the wife to have sex. So my question is, are there circumstances in a marriage where having an affair is justifiable or allowable, such as your partner becoming handicapped and disabled? What's your take?
Whew. Dang. JC, I want to let you start with this one, man.
Well, it says for better or for worse, and so I don't think that, I've often admired, I know some friends, I have a particular friend that I work with where his wife, he just lost his wife recently, several months ago, where she just became physically just unable to do anything for herself. And he spent 5 years taking care of her, man. And that said a lot about him and who he was and what kind of person he is. And I don't think that it would be, I know personally for me, if my wife became sick or my spouse became sick or something, it would be very difficult for me to step out on her. And but I've also heard of relationships where, the permission is given to do that. So I don't know. You know, that's some heartless stuff right there to me.
Do we still have Ken? I don't know. Where the hell did Ken go?
You might have put us on hold.
Yeah, okay. Well, let me say this. I don't know. I mean, if a lady, a woman, wife, girlfriend that you're involved in become a paraplegic and become that you almost become her caretaker, right? I don't know if I will feel comfortable going out and having sex when I know that you got to come home to a lady that you got to take care of. I don't know if that would make me feel good about it, because, and JC, you said for better or for worse. So I mean, if you come into a situation where that lady or that man have an issue, or your wife has an issue, your husband have an issue, I just can't see that being an appropriate. And then for her to put stipulations on it, how the hell is she gonna put any stipulations on it when she's getting paid to be a whore? You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that's what she's doing. She's running around having sex and going to put guidelines on it and think that she's really keeping a marriage, keeping the family all together. I don't know if I quite agree with that one. I don't know if that's something that I could agree with. And you know that your wife is laying up. Go ahead, JC.
It comes off as, you know, when Taylor talks about it, it comes off as this woman feels like she's doing a great service to the family.
Well, that's
to the family dynamic. It comes off like
that. Mm-hmm. That is kind of how she presents it, and she's not getting paid to have sex with these men. This is just an arrangement that she has with them, and the reason why she puts those stipulations in place is so that she's not the reason for their divorce, that their divorce is something completely separate.
So hold on. Time out. Oh, you're telling me this lady's just getting screwed by everybody and ain't getting nothing for it?
Well,
I don't believe that.
After further research, she is very exclusive to the type of men that she has affairs with. They are multimillionaires, and she also provides tips for women who want to do the same.
Oh my goodness! And but the women, but all women ain't gonna be multimillionaires. Now let me ask you a question. What about if a man was doing it? What would y'all say?
Okay, so first and foremost, I want to say that when it comes to just sex, period, and marriage, I think it has to be a priority. I think that that's how God designed it. You know, it's the husband's responsibility to please the wife. It's the wife's responsibility to please the husband. I do, however, I know this isn't like the churchiest thing to say and the most Christian thing to say, but I do think that it is a little bit more palatable to understand why somebody would, you know, go for an affair if they're in like a sexless marriage, or she explained for 10 to 15, 20 years. And the spouse agrees to it because the spouse doesn't actually enjoy sex. So in those situations, I know it's not the churchy thing to say, I know it's not the Christian thing to say, but it does become a little bit more palatable, especially when the couple agrees to it.
I mean, like you can agree to whatever you want to agree to. I mean, we can't tell a marriage what to agree to, a person and a wife in their marriage what to agree to. I mean, that's their prerogative to do whatever they want to do. However, we don't have to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see any benefit. I mean, I hear what they're saying. I hear the people are saying that keep our marriage intact. I hear that, but we'll come back to that. You got another take for me?
I do. Okay. So last week, Tucker Carlson released a never-before-seen footage of an altercation between Georgia U.S. Senate candidate and pastor Raphael Warnock and his ex-wife. In this video, which is the body...
Did we lose her? Hello, hello. Hey, JC, you there? Hey, Michael, are we there? Hello? Folks, I don't know if I'm on the air or not. I have no idea if I'm on the air because I've lost everybody. Well, I'm going to just pretend like I'm still on the air. At least I'm on the air on Facebook. Um, I don't know. I want you folks to respond to the first thing that we talked about. Um, t- Call in, text me and Facebook me and whatever and inbox me, whatever you want to do, and let me know what's going on with that. I mean, I don't know if I can agree with that one, man. I mean, if you're in a sexless marriage, why don't you just get a divorce? I mean, it'd be simple. You're going about your business. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm still on the air or not. I'm trying to figure out if I'm still on the air. I have no idea if I'm on the air or not. However, if that's the case, Michael, did we lose everybody? Because I don't hear everybody. No. Michael, let me know if we still got everybody because it don't seem like we got everybody on there. I don't have. But let me just say this, folks. If you're in a situation where it ain't working sexually. I mean, people always talking about you know sex ain't everything. Money and what most women say. Oh, sex ain't money ain't everything. What do they always talk about? Money ain't everything or something they talk about. But we know money is everything. So when someone would tell you money ain't everything, they bull crapping. That's some bull. Money is everything. Money is gonna be the thing that's gonna keep you rolling. Money's gonna be the thing to keep you in your marriage. Money's gonna be able to provide for your family. Money's gonna be able to take care of you. So when you hear people make that ridiculous story, money ain't everything, it may not be everything, but it's probably 80% of that marriage. How many broke ass people you know that stay together when they get broke? You know, it ain't many. Hey, Mike, did we lose JC and Taylor? Because I do not hear them. Do not hear JC and Taylor. But what we got to figure out is, when you hear people say that, I mean, you have to look at them. Let me tell you two things that's taboo to me. When I hear people tell me money ain't everything, I think they lost their damn mind. Money ain't everything, but money is a true important factor in any relationship, in anything you do in the world. You need finance to do it. And then the thing, if you hear some woman or some guy say, I'm chasing my money, I need my money, I'm chasing that, I need them dollars, you better run your ass away from that person quick. Because you're right, they're telling you up front what they're all about. There's some people just strictly about dollars and cents. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And if that's the case, it's the case. And I'm telling you, we gotta, and that the whole deal about being, I guess you would call it a surrogate. You would call it a surrogate person. I don't have a clue what's going on the radio. Let me try to find out what's happening, and I have no idea what's going on, folks. All right, I'm gonna put you guys on my mute right on my Facebook and find out. Would it be hard for me to? No, I mean there's some men that do stupid stuff like that. But it'd be very hard for me, folks. Real talk, to just believe any woman that say that I got damn near all daughters, man. You know what I'm saying? And and I know protecting the integrity of them means the world to me. But I also do understand there's some vicious women out here that would just say and do whatever they got to do to put a man in a very nasty position for no reason, only because they can. And the only thing because you got to do is say he did it. He tried to do something to me. He tried to put his hands on me. I mean, yeah, trust me, I know how that game goes. It's really unfortunate, you know. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that we know that game goes like that because whatever the higher visibility you have, the higher the stake is that they know. You know what I'm saying? The higher it is, Jimmy and Taylor, they know that that's the main opportunity for them to put you on the spot. You know that. You know what I'm saying? And right. I don't know if Mike can hear me from the Comrex or not. Mike, can you hear me from the Comrex? I can't hear anybody, but folks, I'm sorry you can't hear because we having all kind of technical difficulties, so I got to talk on my phone. You have problems with our
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I'm back, folks.
Any race baiting with the votes that are happening in Georgia right now, because it does seem to have some racial undertones with the release of the video, as well as just the vote, generally speaking. But to your point, he is a black man.
Who has a black man, Taylor?
The Senate candidate. So Raphael, he is a black man.
Okay.
Is the guy out of Georgia, DJ?
The guy is your okay, gotcha. Hey, folks, I do apologize. We have some technical difficulties on my end over here, and we're just trying to work it out. My man, Ken, need to hang up and recall back in because we lost Ken too. So we're just having all kind of issues tonight. So we do apologize, folks, who's watching and listening. But sometimes technical difficulties happen, and then we can do about it. But my man Michael, he's gonna get it back in order for us. So tell Ken need to call back. So let's do this. Hey, let's do this. Let's take some calls on both of those issues. On if is it okay to let your man, or you let the woman sleep around with your man if you're married and you don't have sex? I just believe this: if you're not having a connection sexually, and then you want somebody to go out there please your husband or your woman, y'all just don't need to be together. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? I mean that should be sacred to having another man touching your woman, or a woman touching your man. That need to be sacred. So I would not. I don't agree with that piece there. And then, so give us a call, man. 313-778-7600. Apologize, like I told you guys. I do apologize for the technical difficulties we having on that. So Taylor, and then the situation in Georgia. Tell me that again. One of those nights. One of those nights you feel like getting down. It's one of those nights. One of those nights I feel like getting down. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens again.